thank you so much for coming to my first show. I am so excited. This is exactly what I dreamed of, filming it on the equivalent of a 2015 MacBook, like you're playing in photo booth. I do miss having a live audience. However, I got the next best thing. My friends Lily and Kira are here.
Woo!
I'm
Yeah! Fuck yeah!
I'm in a meeting, right? Could
I
you
did not know that.
could you
Oh,
guys
sorry.
be
I'm so
quiet?
sorry.
Okay, sorry. My roommates are a little annoying. Well, I was told very last minute that the theme was resurrection, and I didn't really know how to work that in, especially considering I already wrote my set. So I decided to just cut my jokes about death because now they're inappropriate for two reasons. But with all that laid down, let's get into this. I have some really exciting news. I just declared my major. I'm a new media and digital design major. Don't ask me what that means because I don't know either. It was something that took me a really long time to pick, and for good reason. For a while, I did think that the world was going to end by the time I turned 30. So, you got to be smart about what you pick, what will be useful no matter what the situation was. I was thinking marketing for a really long time. If things go well, I could do publicity for movies and TV shows. If things go bad, propaganda is always an option too. But I kind of just realized in the end, no matter what happens, I will be working a 9 to 5. People went to work during the Black Plague. I can do it. Also, speaking of the Black Plague, I need to mention, in my opinion, how much harder it went than the coronavirus. People would just get mounds of skin the size of eggs and blood out of everywhere. I'm telling you, if like Brad from Varsity Track knew that one of the symptoms was going to be bloody diarrhea, he would be wearing his mask. Okay, this is getting a little gross and a little sad. Let's get into something a little bit more cheery. Oh, my grandpa, he doesn't know anything anymore. I'm not just trying to make you feel bad for me so that you're nice to me my first time, but if that happens too, I won't mind. But there's a really fun part of when you're taking care of someone who has memory issues that you want to surround them with things that are familiar. So we put on a lot of old TV shows for him. And normally he recognizes what's happening. Normally. But there are little hiccups. Like one time we were watching a show and he leans over and he goes, "Hey, Kevin," which is a fun thing we do when he calls me Kevin because he doesn't remember my name and I pretend it doesn't bother me. He goes, "I know what we're watching." And I go, "What is it, Pappy?" And he goes, "This is church," which would have been something really sweet if we weren't watching the Peanuts. He recognized it eventually after, calling Snoopy a war criminal. And the reason he couldn't speak was because they took out his tongue, but he got it eventually. However, I think one of my favorite things that we watch together is the Andy Griffith Show. And my favorite part are how many episodes plots are just woman has this job now. One of my favorite episodes was there was a new druggist in town and she was a woman and that was it. That really was the episode. But she does return later on for a story that I'd like to share with you. So she is the new pharmacist and a child comes in to go pick up his medication and she goes, "Do you have a prescription?" And he goes, "No, I don't have a prescription." She goes, "Well, then I can't give you the medication," which if played today could be a really good commentary on the pharmaceutical industry and healthcare and how those people who can't see a doctor or afford to see a doctor can't get the prescription for the medicine that they need. However, that was not the case in Mayberry, North Carolina. It really just boiled down to a message of, if a child asks for drugs, you give him drugs. And that's the message I want to leave you with today. Thank you.
Yeah!
Guys, I'm on a meeting.
Shut up, Kira.